Welcome back to Daytime. Have you always wanted to live like a movie star? Well, who doesn't, right? Well, now you can at least vacation like one when you stay at certain iconic hotels around the country where some very memorable movie scenes were shot. Here with all the details is our getaway girl, Wohl. Hey, Casey.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is really a fun idea. I mean, if you're going to go on vacation in either Chicago or LA or New York, there are really some neat hotels to stay at that have a lot of sort of Hollywood history attached,
don't they?
Right,
a lot of character. They make great movie sets, so that's why Hollywood went there.
Exactly.
So, of course, you have to go, when you're in Chicago, you go to the Drake Hotel.
The Drake.
Do you love the
Michigan
Drake?
Avenue. Yeah, no, it's an amazing place.
Awesome. It's 2 blocks away from the John Hancock Center. On top of Miracle Mile. It's really, really pretty, magnificent mile, but it overlooks Lake Michigan, so it's really, really pretty. This is the inside. You can see pictures of it. It's just eye-dropping when you walk in.
And it is the scene of not one, but 2 Tom Cruise movies, right?
Absolutely. Risky Business, you're right. And one of the Mission Impossible movies. Also one of my favorites, My Best Friend's Wedding with Julia Roberts. Tons and tons of movies here. One of the things to do, though, even if you're not going to stay at the Drake itself, is go for afternoon tea. Or, like my friends and I did, we went for cocktails. So either way, you can still get the feel for it.
And what I love about this, a lot of famous people have stayed at the Drake. Liz Taylor, Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, Prince Charles. And this is great. Go into the Cape Cod room. They've got the wooden bar. Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio carved their initials.
Yes, so go there and take a picture of the initials.
Exactly.
Yes, you have to do that.
Yeah, it's
a must-do. Must-do.
So now what about in New York City?
In New York City, of course, the Waldorf Astoria. This was actually the first hotel that served as a backdrop in a movie. That was A Weekend at the Waldorf with Lana Turner. We all saw that. 1945 movie. It was great. But it's actually 21 movies have been filmed there. I mean, everything from my favorite, The Cowboy Way, which talked about cowboys. Scent of a Woman, the unforgettable tango scene. Of course, Serendipity, the elevator scene with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale. So many great memories there.
And a movie that's actually up for an Oscar this year, the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, was also shot there.
That's right.
Yeah, which is really cool.
It is really neat. A lot of recent movies, and then if you're not a movie buff, there's tons of TV shows that are filmed there. Sex and the City, The Sopranos, you name it, it's been filmed there.
Yeah. In Los Angeles, one of my favorite hotels is the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. And I mean, you talk about the iconic movie scene of all that was filmed there. Julia Roberts getting her hand slapped with the necklace box from Richard Gere and Pretty Woman.
Yes, I mean, who can forget The Hooker with a Heart of Gold, right?
Exactly.
I mean, we all know that movie so well. Most of it was shot in the actual hotel.
That's right.
We know it's right on the top of Rodeo Drive. It's a great place. But yes, Julia Roberts and Richard Gere showed us that that's the place to stay.
And Elvis used to live there. John Lennon and Warren Beatty lived there. Not just stayed there, but lived in the hotel.
Exactly. That's how iconic it is.
That's when you have a lot of extra money and you can live at the Walt or the Beverly Wilshire. And in Vegas, the Bellagio. The
Bellagio. Now, this is interesting. This is the hotel that's seen the most screen time. Actually, its fountains have seen the most screen time. So we all know the dancing fountains. It's an 8-acre lake between the hotel and the Strip. This is where you've seen so many great movies. Of course, all the Ocean's movies with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. But then the funny thing is the animated movie Bolt actually featured the Bellagio. So you've made it when you get an animated movie. I
love that. And Knocked Up was also filmed there. The Hangover.
Yes.
A lot of these sort of iconic Vegas films.
What happens in Vegas, of course, we all know.
No, doesn't always stay in Vegas. Not all the time. All right, Casey, well, a lot of fun. Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and we'll be right back with more Daytime right after this.